What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. And today we are back in the mix. We are doing more SAT math, and we got a bunch of really cool stuff coming out for you all week. Making sure the audio is working here, and I think so. Yeah. All right. So we got a bunch of really cool stuff. One of the videos that we're working on this week, which I'm very excited to tell you about, is we are going to do a series on, we've done hard questions, medium questions. Now we're doing the series on easy questions. It's going to be taken out from the officially released College Board practice test. So we're going to barrel through those but before the end of the week. So that's going to be really cool for folks that are just in those earlier stages or just, having trouble in the first 5 or 10 problems of each section. I'm just going to go through nice and at a steady pace and explain how to tackle those well. And make sure you're capturing all those points that you need to be capturing really at the beginning. All right. So guys, before we jump in today, again, this is the October 2019 test. This is a test that I actually took and got a score for and all that. If you guys do know, I take those, at least try to take a real test twice a year. A wrench was thrown in the mix with the pandemic, obviously, but I just took one again in October 2021. That was super cool. And I'll probably be redoing that test on Thursday and Friday as well. And before we get started, just want to mention again, our SAT math video course is live. We're super excited about it. So for anybody who's still trying to cram for this last December test and wants to use our program to study, we do believe, obviously, that it is by far the best test prep tool on the market because, well, first of all, we've got 4 custom practice tests that we have developed as a team and been super careful about making the problems very, very similar, almost indistinguishable to the SAT. And that's kind of the art of the whole process in test prep, is making it as similar as possible to the test maker so you can get them that real authentic experience. So we've done that. There's 4 practice tests, all math up there now. There's a time module. And the most important thing is there's custom video explanations. So there's like 240 custom video explanations, 1 per question. So there's no doubt, no question in terms of when you step away, how to approach these types of problems. So we're really proud about that. It's also got a meditation video in there. You can click the link in the description if you do want to check it out. And you can also cancel at any time. It's a $30 per month right now subscription, and you can buy it and immediately cancel it if you just want to use it to study for this test. So in that sense, if it is a short-term thing, it's pretty much the best deal you can find anywhere in terms of the quality plus the price. All right, without further ado, let's do this thing. And let me say what's up to everybody. Rabea, what's up? Swaggy K, cool name. Yeah, I'm so glad this has been helpful. Good luck, NCN Renegade. Hello, hello. Slapshot, cool. Hello from England. Hello. Awesome. Very nice. Well, I shouldn't do my English accent. Students of mine have recently told me my English accent is terrible, but occasionally I try. All right, here we go. We're going to set the timer for 55 minutos, and we're going to get the calculator queued up as well in case we need it, because this is the calculator section. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The graph above shows the Chen's family water usage over 40 weeks. During which of the following periods was the family's water usage above, above 750 gallons? Let's see, that's better. Here's 750. It looks like weeks 22, 23, 24. Oh, right here. That one. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And that looks like 27 is down to 28. Perfect. C is the winner. Boom. Done. The distance between 2 locations on a map is 6 centimeters. If one, okay, watch, I'm going to immediately set up the proportion. 1 centimeter corresponds to an actual distance of, and see how I'm labeling? 15 miles. What is the actual distance between the 2 locations? AKA 6 centimeters is equivalent to what? Cross multiply. 1x equals 6 times 15, which is 90. Boom, done. Numero trace. A store received a shipment of 1,000 MP3 players, 4 of which were defective. If an MP3, okay, so 4 out of 1,000 were defective. If an MP3 was randomly selected from the shipment, what's the probability that it's defective? Oh, it's literally 4 out of 1,000. So, which reduces to, well, it's 0.004. That's 4 thousandths. So A, right? Let me just make sure. 4 out of 1,000. That's 4. tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Yeah, A is the winner. Done. Number 4, the function f is defined above. What is the value of f of 20? What are they talking about? This just means we plug, this is a function notation, which just means we plug 20 into the function and evaluate. So I'm going to replace every x with 20. Oops, that should be a 20 there. Boom, boom. 50 minus 20. I'm not going to use my calculator. I think I can do it faster mentally. So 25.25 times 20, which is a fourth of 20, is 5. So 20 plus 5 is 25. And then this one is 50 minus 20, which is 30. 3 times 25 is 75. So 30 times 25 is 750. C is the winner. Done. Numero 50. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to this? Okay, first of all, I'm going to just distribute. Remember these instincts where I'm not even thinking. I just know what I'm not trying to look at these and decipher what's equivalent, what's not, plugging in. I'm just like, oh, I'm going to simplify. So I got 2ab minus 6 plus 2. Combine these guys. 2ab minus 4b is the winner. Done. Number 6. What number, aka my unknown x, is 20% greater? That means 1.2 times 60. I like to do this. I like to put it, immediately translate it into equation. It's easier for me. Or you can just be like, oh, take 20% of 60 and add it to whatever. That's how I like to do it. I can, again, do this mentally without a calculator. It's like 6 times 12, which is 72. It's 72. Because it would be, if I move this decimal over and this one over, it's the same thing. So 6 times 12 is 72. B is the winner. Done. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Seviones, the graph of y equals 3, x minus 5, and the xy plane is a line. What is the slope of the line? This is slope-intercept form. M is the slope. This is the y-intercept, the -5. They're not asking about that. They want the slope. 3 is the winner. Done. 8. A system of equations consists of a quadratic equation and a linear equation. The equation and system are graphed in the xy plane. How many solutions does it have? AKA, how many times does the line and the parabola intersect? That is a solution of a system. 1, 2, C, done. Numero 9. A tree had a height of 6 feet. Notice the 6 there. When it was planted, so that's at time 0, I guess. The equation above can be used to find how many years n. Yep. It took for the tree to reach 14 feet. You already know it's going to be 5. No, 4. What am I talking about? It's going to be 4 because 2 times 4 is 8 plus 6 is 14. Great. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 2 in this context? Okay, so that doesn't matter. 6 is where it started. 2 is, it's like the slope, right? Even though it's not in slope-intercept form, it's the rate of change. So it looks like every n years, like, think about it. If n is 1, that's 1 year, and it's going to be 2 plus 6 is 8. When n is 2, it's going to be, that's 2 years, it's going to be 4. So every year, it's growing by 2 feet. So the number of years, no. The average number of feet the tree grew per year, yes. The height in feet, I'm just going to double check. Height in feet of the tree, no. That's ridiculous, because it would be 8 feet and 1 year old. The average number of years it took, no, that's insane. Okay. Number 10, residents of a town were surveyed to determine whether they are satisfied with the concession stand, the local park. A random sample of 200 residents were selected. All 200 responded, and 87% said they are satisfied. Based on this information, which of the following must be true? Those are strong words. Okay, must be true. Of all the town residents, 87% would say they are satisfied. Way too strong. I don't say this has to be true because there could be a margin of error. This is just a random sample. So 1 is definitely out. If another random sample of 200 residents were surveyed, 87 would say they are satisfied. No, we don't know that. That's neither of these are true. It could be true or like blah, 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 might be true, but not must be true. Let me make sure I circle the right one. Yeah. Numero 11. The xy plane, the graph of this intersects the graph of this, blah, blah, blah. What is the value of A, aka what is the x value at which they intersect? Now, this is just a system of equations, and I can use substitution or elimination. Normally, I always go with elimination, but let's do substitution. Let's mix it up because they're both equal to y, which means if I just take this and substitute it in for this y, I'll be good to go, and I can solve for x, which is what we want, that a value. So I say x plus 3 equals 2x minus 6. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides to just keep the x's negative. 3 equals 2x minus x is x. I'm going to add 6, boom, and x equals 9. I'm just going to double check. So then 9, the y would be 12. So it'd be 9, 12 for that one. Let's double check if it works here. 9 times 2 is 18, minus 6 is 12. Verified, done. The verification takes 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. Why not do it and feel confident, right? Which of the following could be the equation for the line of best fit for the data above? Okay. It's looking like a y-intercept of almost 0, right? I could use the straight line tool. Actually, let's use the straight line tool, whatever. Whoops. Okay. Well, maybe a y-intercept of like, well, this looks like 2, or maybe it's more like this is a better line. Okay, let's say it's like that. Okay, so it looks like the y-intercept is probably 0.8. Well, it's definitely not negative slope, so those are out. So it's probably A, but now let's just double check. Let's say from here, I don't know, to here. So I don't like that. Let's do this point. This point looks like 1, 4, and this point looks like 8. It's got to be 3 for the slope, but I'm going to just double check. 8, 25. So 25 over minus 4 is 21 over, 8 minus 1 is 7, so it's a slope of 3. A is the winner. Done. Numero 13. 8 minus that. What is the solution to the equation above? All right, here we go. What am I wait. I am going to plug and chug. I'm not going to actually solve this because it's going to be way easier. So probably not 2 because it's not even, it's probably going to be 4 or 16. I'm just guessing because we're going to take a nice perfect square root. Square root of 4 is 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. And then 4, square root of 4 is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. And 4 is the winner. Let me just make sure 16. 8 minus 4 is 4. Squared is 16. 8, yeah. It is that one. 14. A fish hatchery has 3 tanks for holding fish before they are introduced in the wild. 10 fish weighing less than 5 ounces are placed in tank A. Less than 5. 11 fish weighing at least 5 ounces, but no more than 13 are in B. 11, 5. And 12 fish are placed in tank C, more than 13 ounces. Okay. Oops. I can make this smaller. Yeah. Which is fine, could be the median. Oh, got it. Median. All right. So there's 10, 21, 30. So there's 33 fish. And the median is the middle value. If it's odd, it's going to be an exact middle. And that is 16, 16. So it's the 17th value. Okay. Because we'd have the 17th value, because I have 16 on the left, 16 on the right. That's 32. And then 1 in the middle. That's 33. So the 17th value has to be here. There's no question about it. Here's 10. Here's 12. 10. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, it's got to be there. So it has to be between 5 and 13. B is the only possibility, as it should be, because we can't have multiple correct answers. Boom. Done. And let me check the time. All right, we're doing great on time. Triangle ABC, the measure of angle A is 50. Wait, let me draw out a triangle. A, B, C. A is 50. Triangle ABC is isosceles, which the following is not a possible measure of B. Okay, so that means either these two sides are equal or these two sides are equal, right? I mean, is one or the other, like, or no, sorry, or these two sides are equal, excuse me. So there's 3 possibilities. So, okay, oh, I got it. So if these two are equal, B would be 50. So this is a possible measure, because then that would be 80. Or this is the 50-degree angle, and B is 80. So that's out. Or these are the equal measures, and these are the equal sides, meaning 130 is the remaining angles divided by 2. So then these would be 65. You see, because then these would be the equal. So that's also out. So 100 is not possible. And that actually obviously makes sense now that I think about it. I could have just thought about it like this. Because think about it. If B is 100, C would have to be 30 to satisfy the 180 rule. And then none of the angles are equal. And you need two angles equal if it's isosceles, at least two. So 100 is the winner. In the xy plane, a circle with radius 5 has center 8, negative 8, 6. So radius, which is the equation. So first of all, in the equation of a circle, the radius needs to be squared, not just the radius. So immediately C and D are out. Then it's got to be x minus that value of the center, which is actually plus 8. And then the other one is y minus 6 squared. So this one's obviously correct because it's got the plus and it's got the minus. They flip-flopped it here, so A is out. Boom, done. Got to know that equation. Question 17 and 18 refer to the following information. According to the 2010 census, the adult population aged 18 or greater was, wow, okay. In 2010, yeah, 234, what? Oh, 18 adults. Survey was conducted among randomly chosen of 18 or greater in the United States about their preferences to live in a warm climate or a cool climate. Okay, so you see this. More people like warm, obviously, and then no preference. Cool. I always like to get my head around the table and kind of understand it before I dive into the question. Based on the data, which of the following is closest to the probability that a randomly selected adult who is 18 to 35? So they're setting a precondition, so we only care about this. Which of the following is closest to the probability that a randomly selected adult in this age bracket prefers to live in a cool climate? So it's 168 that like to live in a cool out of 508 because I'm in this group. I don't care about the total of 1,600. So now I'll use my calculator, although I could probably estimate, but 168 divided by 508 is 0.33. C is the winner. Done. All right, cool. Which of the following is close to the difference between the percentage of adults aged 18 to 50 responded warm and the percentage of adults 51 or greater who responded warm? Okay. So again, let me get rid of this. So what was it? The original thing. 18 through 50. So it's this whole bracket. Against, what was it, 51 or greater, right? Okay, hold on. I just have to understand this. Which of the following is close to the difference between the percentage of adults aging warm and the percentage of adults age? Okay, so we have to take it out of their respective totals because the percentage of those adults. Okay, and we're talking about warm and warm. Okay, let's see if we can calculate this pretty quickly. So I'll use a calculator. Why not? 2, and you have to be super careful to make sure you don't type anything wrong in. 295 plus 246 out of 508 plus 410 is 918, right? Let me just double check that. 918. Cool. So this percentage is 58.9%. And then this one is 238 plus 137 is 375 out of 403 plus 279. 3 plus 24.9. I'll say 9.8. Well, it's basically 55%, but it doesn't matter. This is about 5% because if I take what am I talking about? It's 4%. Whoops. So it's about 4% difference. Hold on. Let me just make sure I did not make a calculation mistake. 54.985. I didn't, right? I'm just paranoid about the rounding now. 295, 301, 501, 541, right? 541, 295 plus 541 divided by 918. 58.932. Yeah, it's about 4. What am I talking about? Okay, we're good to go. A is the winner. Done. 19. Which of the following speed is equivalent to 90 kilometers per hour? Okay. 90 kilometers per hour. And we're trying to go to meters per second. So let's already put this into minutes. 90 kilometers per 60 minutes. So first I'm going to convert minutes to seconds. So I know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. Cancel, cancel. And then I know that kilometers to meters, we know they give us the equivalency. 1 kilometer. Notice how it's always flip-flopped, right? You need to have them opposite so the units cancel out. 1,000 meters. Cancel, cancel. And then I get 90,000 over 60, which is 3,600. $25. Boom. A is the winner. Does that make sense? Let me just think that makes sense. 25 meters per second. I think it makes sense. Actually, it's hard for me to even tell. So I think I'm just going to have to go with it. I'm sure those calculations are right. Number 20. The scatter plot on the XY plane shows 9 points XY and a line of best fit. Of the following, which best estimates the amount by which the line underestimates the value of y when x equals 50? All right, so we're talking about best estimates the amount by which the line underestimates. So, sorry, by which... Oh, yeah, because here it is. So it's estimating it at 45, 47, I think. And it's actually at 65. So... it's 18. Boom, done. Numero 21. A certain elephant weighs 200 pounds at birth and gains more than 2 but less than 3 pounds per day during its first year. All right. Which of the following inequalities represents all possible weights in pounds for the elephant 365 days after its birth? Which of the following inequalities represents all possible weights? So starting at 200, and in the smallest case, it's gaining 2 pounds per day, which would be 730. So at a minimum, it should be 930. Which of the following inequalities represents all possible weights? Yeah, all possible weights, because we have to include that 200. And on the maximum, it's 3 times that, which is 900, 1,000, 1,095. But I'm going to double check that. 1,095, cool. Plus 200. I mean, it's got to be D, and yeah, it's 1,295 there. So it's got to be that. I think this, they just didn't include the 200, but you have to include the 200 because it says, what are the possible weights, not the possible weight gains, right? 22. What is the value of m plus 2? Well, I can actually substitute for m plus 2 if I want to be much easier because we don't need to solve for m. So don't waste your time doing that. They want m plus 2. So just make it 3y minus 5 equals y. And then subtract y from both sides. 2y minus 5 equals 0. Add 5 to both sides. 2y equals 5 divided by 2. And you remember I said y is m plus 2. So y is 5 over 2, which is the same as 2.5. Boom, done. Now if I replace, I'm going to double check. I'll replace m plus 2 with 2.5. 3 on 2.5 is 7.5 minus 5 equals 2.5 plus 2. Wait. What? No. Oh, sorry. 2.5. Because the m plus 2 is 2.5. 7.5 minus 5 is 2.5. Boom, done. 23. The dwarf planet Make completes, I don't know if that's a true name. It probably is. Completes the orbit around the sun every 310 years. Which of the following functions are... models the number of orbits in T years. Hold on a second. T years. It's got to be C. And I'll tell you why. For years, okay? Every 310 years. In 310 years, the amount of orbits should be 1. In 620 years, the amount of orbits should be 2. I only need to do this with 2 points. And all I got to do now is just plug in and be like, is that true for this one? No, I get like 620 when I plug in 310. That's out. I get something insane, like 90,000 here. That's insane. Over here, I do get 1 when I plug in T. But then if I plug in 620, I should be getting 2 orbits instead I get a half. So that's almost good. C is the only winner where it works. 24, table of values. Huge benefit to that. X, Y is the solution of the system equation above. What's the value of 3x plus 3y? Okay, this is going to be beautiful because you don't need to solve for, this is a great tactic. You don't always necessarily need to solve for x and y individually. Watch this. All I'm going to do is multiply the bottom one by -1. And this is the College Board giving you a layup. So it's 7x minus 5y equals 4. On the bottom, you get -4x plus 8y equals, whoops, 1 second. It's at the door. Okay. Sorry, it's not 1 second. It must be a delivery of some sort for me. I don't know what that was. Anyways. Sorry. So then I get -4x plus 8y equals -9. Then I combine these guys. 7x minus 4x is 3x. -5y plus 8y is 3y. And lo and behold, we have what we sought out to get. We don't have to solve for those individually. 3x plus 3y equals -5. Boom, done. 25. A data set of 27 different numbers has a mean and median, has a mean of 33 and a median of 33. Great. A new data set is created by adding 7 to each number of the original data set. That is, what? Adding 7 to each number in the data set that is greater than the median. So here's the median. We got all these numbers over here. So we're adding 7, adding 7, adding 7. You know, obviously it would be 16 values, but I'm just going to approximate. And then subtracting 7, -7, -7, -7. Which of the following measures does not have the same value in both the original and the data sets? So does not. So median will, because they're not changing the median, and it's still going to be in the middle because those are moving up, those are going down. That's still it. So which of the following does not? So median does. Wait, what? Obviously, the mean would be different, right? No, the mean wouldn't be different because if you add, think about it, if there's 16 values on the top and the bottom, so if I'm subtracting 7 from those 16, that's minusing 112, but then I'm adding 112, so the mean would be the same. And the sum would be the same too. Because, again, essentially, whatever you're adding here, you're subtracting there. So it's a standard. And obviously, the sum's the same if the mean's the same. You can kind of actually deduce, now that I think about it, it has to be standard deviation because these are kind of like the same thing. You know, it's just without the division step. So it has to be D. And then, of course, standard deviation makes sense because that is the spread of the data. What are you doing? You're spreading the data out more, right? So it has to be correct. 26. You notice the questions are getting harder now. We're in the last pocket before the free response. Let me check the time. So we're doing great on time. Function f is linear. This, blah, blah, blah. What is the value of b? They want the y-intercept. Okay, don't get confused by this function notation. This is the same as saying when the x value is 2, the y value is 17. When the x value is 8, the y value is 19. Great, I have 2 coordinates. Now I can calculate the equation of the line by first getting the slope. So I subtract down. 17 minus 19 is -2 over 2 minus 8 is -6. That's a slope of 1/3. Now I'm going to put in the point slope using the first coordinate because why not? And then it's y minus 17 equals 1/3 times x minus 2. And we want the y-intercept, so I have to keep refining it. Y minus 17 equals, 1/3 x minus 2/3. And then I have to add 17 to both sides, add 17 to both sides. So this will give me the y-intercept, 17 plus -2/3. I'm going to change that to 51/3, right? 3 times 17 is 51. So 51 plus -2/3 is 49/3. So that's the y-intercept. C is the winner. Done. 27. The results of 2 random samples of votes for a proposition are shown above. Okay. Margin of error. And the samples were, I remember this problem. I told you guys, right, this is a test that I took for real, and this was the one question that I was a little iffy on when I took it, but I can explain it really well now. Not like I felt pretty confident on it, but it was the one that I was like, if I'm going to get something wrong, it could be this one, because I'd never seen something like this. The samples were selected from the same population. Margins of error were calculated using the same method. Which of the following is most, so it's basically identical type of surveys, but this one had a way bigger margin of error. What is the most appropriate reason that this margin of error is bigger? Now, it's going to be the sample size. These make no sense. I mean, actually, they could, right? Sample A, but, had a smaller number of votes that could not be recorded. That would give you a smaller margin of error. That's why it doesn't make sense. The favorable responses is irrelevant. So it's probably going to be the sample size. Now, sample A probably had a smaller sample size. Now, this is how I reasoned it through when I was taking the test, because I was like, interesting. Hadn't seen a question like this in a while on sample size, so I was a little taken aback. But here's the deal. Imagine if you're trying to survey the entire United States adult population on their preference for restaurants. Now, imagine if you survey 1,000 people. You're going to have some margin of error depending on how well the survey is done and whatnot. Now, imagine you have 1,000,000 people. Forget about that, though. Now imagine you survey every single person in the U.S. You get everybody to answer the survey. Well, your margin of error is obviously going to be 0 or pretty darn close to 0, because you're assuming it's a legit survey and everybody's responded honestly and all that. You survey everybody. So you can see as the sample size increases to the max to the population, the margin of error is going to shrink to 0. So sample A probably had a smaller sample size, which is why it has a bigger margin of error. Done. 28, a graphic designer is creating a logo for a company. Logo is shown in the figure above. Logo is in the shape of a trapezoid and consists of 3 congruent equilateral triangles. Perimeter of the logo is, so first of all, they're all equilateral, they're all congruent. So all these are the same, which means that if the perimeter is 20 of this whole thing, that's 20 divided by 5 pieces. So they're all length of 4, right? If the perimeter is 20, what is the combined area of the shaded regions? Okay, got it. So basically, you can just add the areas of those two triangles, shaded region. Now, there's a formula for the area of a equilateral triangle. It's in my formula Bible, but I'm blanking on it exactly. But here's doesn't matter anyways, because there's 2 different ways you can solve this. One, you can sort of do your area calculation of a trap. Oh, no, but we don't even have the height. So forget that for now, because the main thing is we need the height. But that's really easy to derive, because all I got to do is drop an altitude here. Whoops. And again, since it's an equilateral triangle, well, that's a right angle. But more importantly, it creates a 30, 60, 90. So you can always derive this really nicely, because if I know the opposite side of in this little triangle is going to be, I know it's 2 because it's half of 4. That equilateral, what's it called? The height or altitude, when I drop it, it splits it right in half. So this side is 2, that side is double it, but this side, which is the height, is 2 radical 3. And that's what we wanted, because now I can do base times height of the triangle. So one of these triangles has a base of, it's 1/2, a base of 4 times the height, 2 rad 3. So that's 1/2 of 4 is 2, and so it's 4 rad 3. But that's not the answer, because that's just one triangle. We want the combined area of the shaded regions. So I have to double this, and look, they even put that answer there. I bet you a lot of people accidentally choose it, unfortunately. C is the winner. Done. Numero 29. K measured the temperature of a cup of hot chocolate, placed in a room with the constant temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature of the hot chocolate was 185 at 6 p.m. Okay. When it started cooling, the temperature of the hot chocolate was 156 at 6:05. So, okay, 135 at 6:10. Temperature of the hot chocolate continued to decrease. Of the following functions, what best models in Kyle's hot chocolate m minutes after it started? Okay, got it. So at 0 minutes after it started cooling, it's 185. 5 minutes after it starts cooling, it's 156. 10 minutes, and see, we've got, this is M and this is temperature. 10 minutes after it starts cooling is 135. So we got some really nice data points here. Okay, let's start looking at these. By the way, this is out because this shows an increase in temperature because it's above 1. So that's easy to eliminate. Let's see. And then starting at 185, that's correct. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second. This is the right starting value. Plug in 0. I get. Hold on a second. It was 185. If I plug 0 in here, I get 115. This can't be right. Why are you subtracting? Where's this 115 coming from? 115. Okay, hold on. Which best models the temperature in Fahrenheit a minute after starts cooling? I need to get a value of 185 when I plug in 0. So this is out. This when I plug in 0, I do get 185. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna use my calculator here. Hold on, let me see time. 22. We're good on time, but so here if I plug in 5.85 to the 5th power equals this times 185. Oh, that's way too small. It's supposed to be 156. So B is probably out, but let's just double. It's got to be D. So if I plug in 5, that's the first power. So it's 0.75. 0.75 times 115 plus 70. So it's just like a strange exponential function because you usually don't have like this bump of it's sort of like a vertical shift, but because usually we want the initial value to be here. But look, almost right on the money, 156.25. So it's got to be this one. Just for fun, let's plug in 10, which would be 10 over 5, which is 2. So 0.75 squared is that times 115 plus 70. Oops. I added 7 plus 63. And it's right on the money again for that one. So D is the winner, and we are moving on. The equation 9x plus 5 equals that, where A and B are constants, has no solutions. Okay, what do I always say? When there's no solutions, it means the x's are matched up and the y's have to be different. So if I distribute this, 9x plus 5 equals ax plus ab. Which of the following must be true? Well, A has to equal 9. That's a given because those guys have to be the same. So that's out. Oh, and then I'll have 1. Okay. B has to be 5. No. Because, here, let's just rewrite this. 9x plus 5 equals 9x plus 9b. B does not have to equal 5. B could equal 4. B could equal 3. B could equal 2. B could equal a ton of stuff. But there's one thing it cannot equal, and that is this. So this is actually legit. Because if I plugged in 5 ninths, what's 5 ninths of 9? It's 5. So then it goes from no solutions to infinite solutions because then they're equivalent or all real numbers. So 1 and 3 are legit. Those have to be true. Boom, done. All right, we made it to the free response. Let's go. The graph above models the daily profit Y in dollars that a school club expects to make from selling shirts for a price of X dollars. Great. Based on the model, what is the maximum daily profit? And Y is the profit. So the max would be the apex or the vertex or whatever. So it's 60. That's it. Done. The formula above gives the theoretical power P in kilowatts available from water falling a certain height in terms of flow rate Q. What is the flow rate? So we're solving for Q. What is the flow rate in cubic meters per second of water falling from the same height with the theoretical power of 1029 kilowatts. Just making sure I didn't make any mistakes. This is a straight up calculator problem. It better be less than 4 digits or less, but I'm sure it will be because it has to be to fit into the free response space. 1029. Make sure I didn't make any mistakes because if I write down the wrong answer on the free response, I'm hosed. 686. Nice number, 1,500. It feels good. Boom, done. Whoops, let's get a better circle. All right. 33. In the XY plane above, line K passes through points 0, 2. Cool. Let's make that 0, 2. And 3, 0. If the line K is defined by equation y equals mx over b, what's the value of b? It's 2. Why? Because what is b? B is the y-intercept. That's the y-intercept. The x value is 0 at the y-intercept. So 2 is the winner. Done. 34. Trevor works as a sales associate at a retail store. He's normally paid 20% of the total retail value of the merchandise he sells. So this is assuming he sells X amount. But he may also earn a bonus. When he earns a bonus, he is paid an additional 15% of his normal pay. Wait. 15%. Oh, so 15% of that. Right? I guess. During one period, he sold over 3,500 in merchandise and earned a bonus. How much was we paid in dollars? Okay, so okay, cool. So we have this is how much Trevor makes. I've written it out, so where he gets a bonus. So it's 20% of the total sales of this plus 15%, to make sure I didn't misunderstand it, 15% of his normal pay. So this is his normal pay. That's 15% of it. Okay. So I can just plug in. So 0.2 times 3,500. I can do this mentally. This one, well, hold on. And then it's 0.2 times 3,500. Okay, so that is basically 2 times that, which is 7,000, but you move the decimal over one, so it's 700. Plus, I already know that this is 700. 70 plus 35 is 105. So it's 105, right? 100 yeah, because it's 105. That's because it's basically 15 times 7, which is 105. Add the 2 zeros, 10,500, and then remove the 2 zeros because of the decimal. So 700 plus 105, which is 805. Let me just make sure I didn't make a mistake. So 20% is 700, and then 15% of his normal pay. 15% of that normal pay. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that, right? I don't think I made any mistakes. 70 plus 35, 105. Yeah, cool. Okay, oops. All right, we're on the last 4 questiones. 35. A company, let me check timer. Cool. A company's total cost, C of X in dollars, to produce X shirts is given by the function above, where M is a constant, X is greater than 0. The total cost to produce 100 shirts. So the cost is $800 cost to produce 100 shirts. I'm just plugging in what they're giving me. Right? X is the number of shirts, where M is a constant. X number of shirts, yeah, plus 500. Okay, so at least right off the bat, I'm going to solve for M. So that's subtract 500 from both sides. 300 equals 100 M, and then M equals 3. Cool. What is the total cost to produce 1,000 shirts? So now we can rewrite this. We want to know what is the cost for plugging in 1,000 for X, and I would just replace the M with 3. 3,000 plus 500 is 3,500. That's it. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me just circle it properly. We're moving on. 36. The total distance D in meters traveled by an object moving in a straight line can be modeled by the quadratic function that is defined in terms of T, where T is the time in seconds. Okay. Make a little table of values. T seconds is 10. The total distance traveled is 50. At time of 20, the total distance traveled is 200. If the object was at a distance of 0 meter, and then we also have 0, 0, then what is the total distance traveled in meters by the object after 30 seconds? Plus 50, plus 150. Wait. Nope, I have to create a quadratic. So let me just think about this for a second. So it'd be, all right. I remember this question too. This one was tricky for me as well. I did get an 800 on this test. I figured everything out, but it was a bit weird. But I think it was like this. So we take our basic setup, AT squared plus BT plus C. We know at time 0, 0, or time 0 is distance 0, so that's the C values, the y-intercept, or I could say D-intercept in this case. So we know that C is that. Now we got to figure out A and B, so I'm going to plug and chug. So D equals, when it's 10, so plug in 10 for T, so that's 100A plus 10B, because I'm plugging in again 10 for that. Oh, equals 50, sorry. That's 50, right? That's the D value. And then when it's 200, it equals 400. 400A, right? 20 squared is 400 plus 20B. Okay. Now I can solve for A and B, and then I can plug it back in. So this is a system of equations, A and B. So I'm going to multiply the top one by -2. I use my favorite method, elimination. So I get -100 equals -200A minus 20B. Add these together, cancel. 100 equals 200A. So A equals, divide by 200, A equals 1/2. Okay, so then D equals 1/2 T squared plus, and then we need to figure out what B is. So I'll plug it into this top one, why not? So A equals 1/2, so 50 equals 1/2 of 100. 50 equals 50 plus 10B. Cancel those out. 0 equals 10B. B equals 0. Well, that's nice. So that just goes away. So oh wait. I mean, let's not modify that one. So then this one is just nothing. So there's the quadratic. So now we just plug in 30. So D equals 1/2 30 squared. 30 squared is 900. 1/2 of 900 is 450. Boom, done. All right. Very difficult question. 37. For a certain computer game, individuals receive an integer score that ranges from 2 through 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those are the scores. The table below shows the frequency distribution of the scores of the 9 players in Group A and the 11 players in Group B. Cool, cool. 9 players in Group A. Got it. Okay. A lot of people got 5s here. A lot of people got 6s here. The median of the scores for Group B is how much greater. Okay, let's calculate the median. So median of B is how much greater than the median of A. So we got to do B minus A. So the median of 11 would be the 6th value because we have 5 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6th value. So the median of B is 6. Let me just make sure. And then we'd have 5 there. Yeah. And then the median of A, since it's 9, would be the 5th value. So 4 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the median is 5. And again, we have 4 there. So it's 6 minus 5, which equals 1. Done. Nice. Last but not least, for the final showdown, the mean of the scores for Group A is 5, and the mean of the scores for Group B is 7. Okay. What is the mean of the scores for the 20 players in Groups A and B combined? Okay. All right, let's just do it. And by the way, don't just average these because you can't, because there's 9 here and 11 here. So this should have a heavier weight. Actually, wait a minute. There's a shortcut. I can do the mean times that. That'll give me the total. And I'll show you why. I'll prove it to you afterwards. But 7 times 11 is 77. 5 times 9 is 45, because that's still going to give me the accurate total scores. So you have to do is add these up, and then we get 2, carry the 1, 11, 12. So it's 122, but then you have to divide by 20. So 122 is 6.1. Okay, so it's 6.1. But you could have also done it the old school way, where you could have just added these added them all up. It's just more time. So 2, right? There's a 2 plus a 3 plus, I think I have time for this, 4 and 4, which is 8, plus a 5 plus 3 6s, which is 18, plus 1 9. And that should give it 45, which is what we got up here. Great. And then plus, actually, no. So let's just delete that. And then here we'd have 4 5s, which is 20, plus 2 6s, which is 12, plus 2 8s, which is 16, plus a 9, plus a 20, because it's 2 10s. And lo and behold, we get 77. So you take those just like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You can do it either way. This didn't even take that long. So that's that. We're done, and we're going to go ahead and stop the clock. We got some time to spare, but now if you're taking this for real, obviously my recommendation is always use that extra time, review everything. I always do that. I like to triple check my work and make sure there's no mistakes. I did even on the last October test, I caught a mistake. And when I say October, I'm talking 2021 where I took it for real. And that was pretty cool. So here we go. Let's check our answers. All right. So we got CCAC. CCAC. 5 is BBCC. BBCC. Number 9 is BACA. Oops. BAA. Sweet. 13 is BB. BB. 14. Okay, let's scroll down. 15 is DBCAA. DBC. Great. 20 is DDBCB. DDBCB. Cool. 25 is DCDCD. DCDCD. Very nice. And 30 is D. Wait. 30 is D. Oh, what did I do? Oh, no. Hold on. Just went and lost that there. 1 sec. Put this back up here. 30 is D. All right. Or wait a minute. Wait. Is this saying... What is this saying? Which one is the right? I just want to make sure. Oh, you're right. Yeah, correct answer. Okay, phew. I was looking at that. I just noticed this answer key has some incorrect. I guess whoever this is from Reddit, but they I guess got some stuff wrong. So which one's right? A or but okay. So hopefully that's correct and we're good to go. And we got D in the mix. Yeah. So we got perfect on the multiple choice. 31 is 60 legend. 1500 legend. 2 and 805 beautiful. We got the last 4. 3,500, amazing. And then we got 2 more. 3 more, sorry. 450, yes. 37 is 1, yes. And for the win, 6.1. Yeah, perfect score. All right. Let's see what we got over here with the peeps on the stream. Thank you guys for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for all the likes. I know a lot of you guys even hit that like button before I start, which is so amazing. And I really appreciate it. Yeah, this video will be on YouTube today. You'll be good to go if you want to rewatch it. It's dark side. Well, let me see what's happening. It's the dark side of the internet. Oh, yeah, but I got to make sure, right? You never know. I can make mistakes too. Right, Bilal, you know, so just want to make sure. Let's see. Savage World, they're like, got a low score, and it's the 90th percentile, really. Oh, yeah, man, there's a lot of... Don't get roped into that stuff, people talking about that type of thing. I was taught that back in law school. Just ignore what people say about grades. A lot of times it's not even true what people are saying, so it's all this nonsense. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to call it a day because I got to get ready for my first tutoring session second one for the day. So I want to conclude with this. We're going to do a video tomorrow. We're going to do a video Friday. And there's going to be a bonus video that we're working on. And all of that's coming together. Again, the SAT course, if you are interested in checking it out, if you do want to use it for some additional amazing 4 practice tests that we have up there and all those video explanations to expedite the learning and growth process to improve your score to the max, you can check it out in the description below. It's $30 per month, and you can cancel anytime, so you can literally just use it for the next few days and cancel it right away if that is your preference. If you're going to use it longer and this is your first attempt of many, then you can, of course, keep it for as long or as little as you need it. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support. It means the world to me. We're almost at 45,000, or maybe we're already at 45,000 subscribers. I don't even know, but the channel just keeps on growing and growing, and I love it, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you in the